Okay, so today I have a Geofón do-it-yourself kit from Loam, based out of Slovakia. I'm just going to open this up and go through the process. Let's see what we get in this box. Kit. So here's our kit. Geofón is a sensitive omnidirectional geophone adjusted for field recording purposes. Frequency response, you can probably see it, 10 to somewhere over 1,000 hertz. Let's see what's inside the box here. First challenge of this build is to open the packet. So we have some packing stuff. We have an XLR connector right here. We have these extensions that we can attach. Comes with a suction cup. Comes with the actual geophone and wire that we have here. So this is what's going to go on the geophone, and this is the connector for our Neutrik connector. Okay, so let me start to prep the cable. So for the next step, we are going to tin inside of these connectors. We're going to locate this little tube here that was in the larger plastic tube. This is the heat shrink that we're going to shrink over the ground here. It's been twisted nicely by whoever put this together, like so. Actually, I'm going to have to cut this tube, it's too short. And then we are going to, before we do anything, when you open the connectors, you get the boot and you get the connector part here. So we're going to work on all of these, but we're going to put the boot on here first. So this is already done. And I'm going to check these cables here. Make sure we can get a good connection on them, inside of them. Strip them a little bit more. Okay, so I've stripped the cables. Hopefully you can see that. And with the tubing here, I realized I'm going to prep the cable. The tubing, I'm going to cut a tiny piece off. The tubing, even though it will shrink, but you want to see a little bit like that. So there you go. Now, next thing we're going to do is prep this wire. And I just heat it up. So I'll come back when this has been heated up. I'm going to prep the wire, and then we are going to make sure that you put the boot on first here. Because once you put the connector on and this is not on, then you have to redo it. I'm going to prep the wire. Tin the wire. There you go. And clean it up a little bit. See how that looks. Okay. Okay, now put that to the side. We're going to prep now our Neutrik XLR, and you'll have to look really carefully here. There's numbers 1, 2, and 3. It's a little easier to see on this side. I don't know if you're going to see this, but 1, 2, and 3. So 3 is the bottom here. 1, 2, and 3. It's very important to get them right. So we're going to put a little bit of solder in each one of these sockets. And now comes the most important part, is that we need to make sure that we correctly align the wires according to the diagrams. The brown conductor pin 2 and the white conductor pin 3. And the one with the tubing will go onto pin 1. So this is where you need to triple check exactly the orientation of the cables so you get them right. And you want the strain or the pull of the cables to be on this grounding cable here. Let me twist it. Okay. Now I'm going to look at my connector. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we said brown is 2, white is 3. That's the top. And you can see the instructions actually. It's really well done on the website where you get this from. So now we'll align it. 3. And you can also use a multimeter at this point and test the connections on this end, just to make sure that we don't have any cross feed from the cables there. I'm going to twist these a little bit. Then after this, okay, now we assemble pretty straight ahead. We basically need this cover here to hold this in place, and it should be like so. Don't really like this housing. I have the smaller ones. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna put the boot on here, and should click in. Okay, so that's basically step 1. We got the connector on. You have to put the boot on first. The next step is to now solder the microphone and attach this as such. So the instructions are pretty clear online. Here's the Geofón body. We're going to put the cable through here, and we're going to take this off. It's the company Loam Audio. Here, this is our sensor. This is the actual mic here. Then we're going to thread this through, basically, and pin these wires. I'm going to put my microphone on the side here for a second, and we're just going to tin this wire. Okay. Tin the exposed conductor on the cable with a bit of solder. Solder the connector to the pins on the element. Brown conductor should be connected to the pin with a dot next to it. Solder as fast as possible. One joint shouldn't take longer than 2 to 4 seconds. All right, good to know. So now, which one has a dot next to it? There's a dot here, right? If you see that, I don't know if you can see this, it's hard to. There is a dot right here. That's where the brown connection should be. It doesn't really look like there's much to hold on to there. And if you do this if you hold the heat on for too long, I think you'll damage the actual connections on the inside. So we'll have to do this quick. What's the best way to do this? Because we need to figure this out. Can I use my... And the brown, we said the brown is going to go here. Sorry, let's do this. Hopefully you can see. And I need some pliers. So we're going to try to make this fast and just efficient. And it's very hard to see, to be honest. So I'm going to try to make this fast and easy here. Should clean this tip off. Make sure this is... Okay, I'm going to leave that, let it cool. Very less. Okay, now we have to do the other side. And just be very careful about this, but I have to basically get in somehow here and quickly get this grip here. Does it go the other way? So I want to kind of keep this in place there. And I'm going to be careful now because we don't want to have these connections cross each other and then fast. Let that cool. Let's move this a little bit here. And put the light on there. Just want to make sure that it is connected. That. Okay, it's connected on both sides. So one important part here was to try to keep the solder quickly as you can. Carefully pull the cable with the element soldered on through the gland as fast as possible. Like so, maybe? Make sure you won't damage the solder joints. Use the provided bolt in the tube. So now we need this next piece here. Some more tube. So now we need an Allen wrench. And I want to be careful here because this is... We're going to pull this down here. And then we're going to take this 2.5 millimeter Allen screw provided. Okay, so I'm going to put this down and bring an actual wrench. I twisted this with just finger strength instead of trying to muscle this. Kind of like think about your microphone stands, not over tightening them. The thread is in the plastic. Be careful not to over tighten as you may strip it. Technical note, the main purpose of the bolt is to prevent it. Okay. Screw the bottom part of the geophone body onto the top part, which is this. Okay. And tighten the cable gland on top part of the body as tightly as possible by hand. Do a wrench, do not over tighten. So now we're going to try to, it is magnetic. So now you basically take this part and we're going to screw it. I kind of want to hold the cable in while doing this. Clean up a little bit. So we're tightening this by hand, and you can see there's basically on top there, it's a little white kind of connector that's keeping now this cable in place. I don't want to twist the cable. Okay. Do not over tighten the glands. Okay. Your geophone is ready for the vibrations of the world. So, apparently it's ready. We need this bolt here. We connect to the top here, just using kind of finger strength. And on the other side, we have a male Neutrik connector. Next, I'm going to attach this to a preamp and test it to see. But this is how you build a loam geophone. So now I've connected this loam geophone to my Zoom, and it's a contact mic. So next thing would be to go out and find interesting places to put this on different material. Okay, well, I'm excited to try this out. It was a fairly straight ahead process. Maybe I should use this to talk into. I'm very excited to try this out. I hope you enjoyed the video. This took about 25 minutes to put together, and enjoy cool sound design.